All right now, as we count down to the show, we've got another world premiere. This is really special, and it comes to us all the way from Japan.
Zombie apocalypse.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to My Epic Tales. Today I am starting a Bloodborne walkthrough. I've been doing a lot of From Software stuff lately, and with the teaser trailer that you just saw in the beginning of the video, it really made me want to play Bloodborne because I highly believe that the game they are working on is Bloodborne 2. If we think back to Bloodborne, there's a main character named Gehrman. Gehrman is missing a leg, and that bone that is attached to some type of winch or pulley definitely looks large enough to be a leg bone. The tools, the chisel, is definitely the same era as Bloodborne, and I know everybody's saying, "Oh, but what about the you know, Japanese characters or Chinese characters or whatever they may be?" Throughout the Souls series, you'll often find items that describe the Eastern lands. You even get the Easterner's ashes actually in Dark Souls 3. So why not have a game with the perspective of the Easterners, and maybe items in this game will talk about, you'll pick up items and it'll talk about the Western lands. Play online. Now, I did start a series, something like Bloodborne in layman's terms.
Yeah. Pale blood.
And I need to get back on that.
Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
A contract. So the first thing we can decipher is that we've come from some faraway land and ended up in this clinic, and we were asking about something called pale blood. And he says, "Oh yes, it exists, but I don't have it. I have Yharnam blood." And so we already know that there are many different types of blood, at least 2 different types of blood: Yharnam blood, pale blood. We also know that we've traveled far for something. He wants us to sign a contract, and I'll explain the contract after we create the character. The name will be My Epic Tales. Let me go ahead and type that in right quick. There we go. Done. I'm gonna play as a female. Age, let's be a MILF. Origin, I want to be, yes, face terrible hardships but now confident in your purpose. Cruel fate sounds most closest to my life. Appearance, I really don't care, honestly. Maybe skin color, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with all that. Now let's listen to the rest of what he has to say. Material used in a holy chalice ritual. The tiny smatterings of haze that are found in certain ritual materials, sometimes required for special rites. You can do dungeon levels in this game. It's separate from the game, but items that you'll find do the lore will explain some of the story.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
Now we know there's some kind of plague turning men into beasts, and this blood transfusion he's giving us, the Yharnam blood, will help stave off this plague, the scourge of the beast, as it's called. Now you have to keep taking it in order to not transform into a beast yourself, but it also gives you a certain power over them, as you'll see in this fevered dream that we're having. Or more like a fevered nightmare. I couldn't imagine looking down at my floor from my bed and seeing this. You'll see as it touches us, it catches on fire, suggesting that we've gained a certain power over the beast. Now these little guys I'll explain in a little bit. If I don't get around to them this episode, I will the next.
You found yourself a hunter.
We hear a woman's voice, a very childish woman's voice, say to someone, "Ah, you've found yourself a hunter. We have sealed our fate." If you come back here, it's not open from this side. You can see we wake up in Yusefka's clinic, and no one's here. R1, right hand attack. Lock on R3. There's not much else going on here. Now, you are meant to die here at the beginning, so don't get all upset if you can't beat this werewolf. This guy died. A lot of people do die. I could beat this area, and you can if you want to. If you're capable, you can beat him and continue to move on. But you're really meant to go to the hunter's dream. And I'm just going to let him go ahead and take me out. Wow, booshki. Not before I smack him. There we go. Eventually, obviously, without weapons or health potions or anything to aid you, you would die. Well, I guess you could pick up some health potions if you make it past the werewolf there. Heck, you can even run by him if you want to. But without your weapons, you're not going to last long. We will return. This is the hunter's dream. Sort of your consciousness is connected to the waking world and this dream world, and again to a nightmarish world. Hunter's dream. It's very important to ascend the steps. It'll say accept gift, and this is where you will pick your weapon. Now you can gain all these weapons throughout your playthrough. I like to start with the saw cleaver. One of the trick weapons of the workshop, commonly used in the hunting business. This saw, effective at drawing the blood of beasts, transformed into a long cleaver that makes use of centrifugal force. With its set of bloodletting teeth, has become a symbol of the hunt and only grows in effectiveness the more grotesquely transform the beast. So basically, it's saying the crazier the beast, the more blood it's gonna draw out. Here you will accept a firearm. You know what? A lot of new people would like to start with the blunderbuss. It's got some real kick to it, but I like the faster weapon, the pistol. And then you'll get a notebook, which you can leave messages to other players playing online. The door is closed. The left two are for your right arm. The right two are for your left arm. So we got POW, right bumper, right trigger, hold right trigger, and then left bumper. You can bring out your weapon, do a crazy attack. And if we just wander around through here, you won't find much of anything. Closed. Everything seems to be closed. Those pillars in the distance really give you a feeling of just being in the middle of nowhere, you know? Trade in blood echoes. This is going to be your vendor. Of course, we don't have any to trade in. Do not sell the clothes you are wearing. It is the only armor you have. This door is not going to open. It's closed. And you can even come back here, which I'll explain this later. It appears linked to the nightmare, but there are no messengers. The only thing that we can do at this point is go to this first headstone. Yarnum headstone. Awaken at a selected location in Yarnum. First floor sick room. And there's the saw cleaver. A good starting weapon for anyone who's new would be the axe, the hunter's axe. You can do this kind of like spin move that just takes out everything around you. I believe I did use it on my first playthrough. Okay, so here we are back at Yusefka's clinic. If we run up these steps, we'll be greeted by an NPC.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this
You
door.
can see the shoulder of a woman there.
I am Yusefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do.
And she gives you a blood vial.
Now, go. And good hunting.
Yusefka's pretty cool. She gives us her blood. You can equip it and does just what it says. Invigorates the senses, restoring a larger amount of HP. To use these items, to skim through them, you would press down and you would hit square. Once we get some blood vials, you'll press triangle to use your blood vials. Here we can return to the Hunter's Dream, but we don't want to do that right yet. It's basically your bonfire if you ever played Dark Souls. And here's going to be your your orientation. Now we're going to take on this thing, and with a weapon he's going to be fairly easy to take out. You can see that his health was already down somewhat. Ooh, he dropped. Time for feasting. Oh, warm blood. Search corpse, 3 blood vials. Did you hear that? You can actually hear the moaning and stuff of people outside. I never noticed that before. Some more blood vials. And there you go, restore HP. Walk outside. Come to this courtyard. You already hear enemies stomping around. Closed by a device. See an item on the other side there. We'll circle back around to that area a lot later. In quite a while. And yes, opening doors in this game is very dramatic. Here we are in Central Yarnum. Eventually we want to make it to that bridge up there. All the way across. Come down here to the left. You're going to pick up some more blood vials. Wow. It's amazing how this all connects together. We're going to stop right here. Episode 1. I guess I'll show an enemy right quick before we stop. See if I can get the parry on him. There we go. You can parry with your pistol.
This time's finished.
Come over here. Closed by a device. Wouldn't you know it? We have an item here. Now don't let these guys fool you. Molotov cocktails already. You're going to want to save those. Don't waste them. They're going to come in useful. And this is the way you begin the level. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for further content. I will explain the story and the game as we go along. And I'd like to hear you guys' comments on what you think the new From Software game is. Now, I forget his name, but one of the people who worked on the marketing for Sony, because Sony was the people who produced Bloodborne, that main guy who marketed Bloodborne now works for From Software, and he tweeted, "We won't make you wait another 12 months. So we're going to be getting some more information about the game pretty soon, I'd say, within the next couple months. And I believe it's Bloodborne 2. I would like to see Demon Souls 2, but I'm pretty sure it's Bloodborne 2. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.